What's happening, y'all? Coach all the way back with you again. All right, so today I'm going to be doing a video on my breakdown of Atlanta Falcons tight end Kyle Pitts. This is going to be probably one of my biggest or longest breakdowns because Pitts has been a controversial figure in the Atlanta Falcons community because of the results of his career so far, going from his rookie season into now. Very controversial in the fact that there's a big chunk of the fan base that believes that he's a lazy player, a waste of talent, and there's another that says that there's some context behind it. There's some other things going on, like the quarterback situation, the coaching situation, and whatnot. So it's been a big debate. First off, let's start with blocking. That's something that he's been criticized with from his college career on into the pros. Now here's a play I like to call 25 zone. You see Pitts here lined up on the backside. Ideally, what you want him to do is to reach block and get somebody, but if not, get to the next level. As you can see here, he didn't get anybody here, and on that backside defender, he's not able to get there, and just one more person in the picture. Now this is the same play in reverse, but this is called a 26 zone, and it's the same thing. He's on the backside, and this time you want him to base out. So basically, wall off the defender and not let him pursue, which he does a perfect job here against Josh Sweat. This is a better job, even though he does get in the play late. It's still the effort you want. This play carries the same assignment, and he does a better job here of basing out Sweat, because this time he doesn't even come back to make it in the play. Like, he actually helps open up the hole for the backside cutback here. Again, another cutback play, and this time he does such a good job on Bryce Huff that he actually clears a lane for Algier to find some more yardage. So he actually helped make this play too. And this play here really shocked me when I saw it on film, because usually Pitts is on the backside of plays, but now here he is on the front side lead blocking, and he actually does a good job. But look here, getting a hit right here on this linebacker and helping clear out a lane. I mean, that's a miracle. It really is. And these next couple plays are just him doing what all receivers are expected to do when somebody else catches the ball, for you to block. In this case, a RPO, just block and let the runner, get extra yards, yak yards. And I like this big play from McLeod because you see he's smart enough not to hit the guy from behind at first, but then as he sees McLeod start to break, then he starts going downfield, looking for guys just to get in the way, just to get his guy just 3 or 4 yards. That's what you want to do. Even if you don't just block him out the way, get in the way. Don't make it harder for the defender to get on the pursuit, and give your guy just an extra couple yards. That's how we coach. Now, this next subject is probably the biggest beef the fan base got with Pitts, and I know I'm going to make some folk mad when I do this, but I'm going to go ahead. So how I'm going to do this, I'm going to show the route, and I'm going to show Pitts running, and I'm going to show how he runs in comparison with his other receivers. So also, I purposely pick plays and routes where he's not the primary receiver, just in case some folks want to complain that he's running fast because he's getting the ball. So he ain't getting on none of these routes. So already on this double slant on the backside, you see him running right along with Darnell Mooney, almost on the same line with everybody on that white line. Here he is, top of the screen. He's going to do a jab step inside, then out. He's going to go downfield, and if you watch, again, he's on line. Even though he's got contact, he's on line with most of the other receivers running the routes. Only one person is in front of him. I think is Ray Ray. Now, this next play against Washington, he's running a corner and, again, taking contact. Great jab step off the line right here, and then you see he's on line with Drake London again on the other side, who ain't got no contact. So he running through with effort and had got a body on him. And so now I'll address the frustration a lot of y'all been talking about, because I ain't going to sit here and say that he don't do it. So the play is actually all goals going against a cover two under look. And so the safety, you see a split, and what you want to do with these seam routes is to cut toward the middle of the field. What happens, however, is a combination of a misunderstanding of the route, the coverage, and a bad ball. By that, I mean it's the quarterback's fault, Cousins. Ain't nobody open here, but because of how he threw it, it becomes an interception, and it looked like Pitts didn't go for it all, but there was no chance of him getting that ball. And this play is a legitimate one. I saw a couple of these on film too, but it's a one-on-one situation. He is running hard at first, but he kind of slacks off when he sees the space he's getting from the DB, and Cousins throws it there anyway. And yeah, you'd like to see him make a play on it, but it's just one of those. It's just unfortunate. Whether he could have made that play, we'll move that on to the next section: contested catches. This is probably the biggest criticism I got for Pitts, and I'm surprised most of the fan base hadn't brought this up yet. If they even know, but I'm about to show it to you. I've seen few instances over his career where he's made these tough contested catches, whether they be in the middle of the field or even especially in the end zone. But like right here, It's an extremely difficult catch, but it's like if you want a guy that's a playmaker, that's a all pro Hall of Famer, like you want him to come up with stuff like that, even with a body on him. Yeah, because like this one here is debatable. It's end zone shot. He gets the one on one on the back, and the ball is not that good, but you still want to be able to make the play on it. Like my coach in high school used to say, be an athlete, make the play. And here he is supposed to make a contestant catch in traffic, running a slant here, and the guy got to finish the play. And with the footsteps coming at him, he just straight up drop it. I mean, you're looking in slow motion, it just go right through his hands. So that goes and speaks to the physical aspect of his play. Like right here, man, look, he gets grabbed, right? Okay, I think this is either a corner or safety grabbing him and stuff. He just fall down. Now, I know what you're saying. Now, is this a penalty? Absolutely. But this is a guy, Will Harris, who is 5 inches shorter and 40 pounds lighter, allegedly, than Kyle. But he out physicaled you. Okay. And this one here was actually just a straight one-on-one matchup. I think it's probably one of the easier ones that I put on here. First off, great play by Theo Jackson. You'll see on here, but that one-on-one shot, man, you got to get that, man. That's what separates you from being average to being a Hall of Fame player. And this one from the Giants, probably one of the most infamous plays of his career. As everybody know, it was Penix's first interception by technicality. But, I mean, you saw the play yourself. It's just, like, his contact balance just ain't there. Like, just him getting it and getting physical with anybody just seems to make him not follow through with the ball. Like, that's one of the big things, just the physicality and despite his size and accomplishments. And the reason why I keep playing this now, because you're going to watch something like this play out right here with this touchdown he scores. I'm going to rewind it in a minute. I'm going to show y'all what happened on the route. But you see here, he get mugged by Kavion Merriweather here, but still fights through it to finish the play. So it's like you think you don't have the strength, but then you see him actually do stuff like this, and you wonder where it's at, all the rest of the time. So I get that frustration. And see, here's another one where he's up here running around over the middle of the field in traffic with three people, and he fight through, catch it, and takes off for the end zone. So you see with his ability, what he can do, it's just that you don't see it enough, and boy, we got to save you right here on this call. But again, another example of that lack of awareness. And this play should be as memorable in Falcons' minds as that Giants one, too. Now, this is just straight up, just all goes, and we just going to go straight to the end zone, and he just catch that in traffic, physicality, all that is there. And it shows you again what he could and can do. It's just you got to see it more. And one thing I think that helped this season was some scheme improvements and basically getting bodies off of him. And by that, I mean they align him in the formation mainly at his regular tight end position, which I think is the best thing for a tight end to do. And so he done things like on this play where he just chips the end, and just goes off and gets a little dump off passes. But under Arthur Smith's system, he had him lining up at wide receiver and stuff. But this is traditionally how tight ends get open. They get these dump off passes, they chip and they release and stuff like that, and that's how you get more catches or targets rather. But also when you line him up in a formation, you allow him to get a free release because like who's going to chip him off the line? You automatically get a free release right off the line. Good jab step, go upfield and use his natural speed to be able to get open and get a pass and get a big play in. This season under Zach Robinson as OC, he had a lot more opportunities to get free releases just by lining up as a regular tight end. And I think that worked to his benefit in making big plays because I believe he was one of the, at least in the first 10 weeks of the season, was one of the biggest, most explosive big play tight ends in the league up until, Kirk Cousins went on his little run. But yeah, the first part of the season, the first 10 weeks at least, looked a lot like this, what you see here. But overall, I think Pitts does better when he has those free releases and doesn't have to get physical with people off the line, and he gets wide open space to make plays. That's just how he rolls, because as you saw with the physical stuff, he was, inconsistent with it, despite his size. But, I mean, that's just what's working. So, in closing, here's my full analysis, my full breakdown of Kyle Pitts. I think he is a athletic tight end, although I think he's a little more stiff than what you would think. He runs up high. He's very lumbering with his gait. And so it may look like he's jogging to a lot of people, but really it's just his stiffness. Something that he's never improved since he's been in the NFL. So with that being said, he has explosive potential, but it's not anything consistent. So he can't run faster in a straight line over a long distance, but he's not very quick in space and changing direction. So, he's limited in what he's able to do as far as getting separation. Also, I think he has, I don't think he has very strong contact balance. I see a lot of guys, even smaller guys, DBs, corners, safeties, people like that, being able to knock him off track and be able to break up passes when it comes to him. I don't think he's successful with contested passes as much as you'd like him to be. Also, I think he's a better blocker than what a lot of folks give him credit for. As you've seen here, I think he doesn't have to get in the way, like what you want most tight ends to do. But I've seen a lot of improvement in him actually using more technique for blocking and doing things to help the offense get some better runs. So I see the effort there as well. Still, I think even with that, he has the potential to be a good, decent NFL player. May not be a Hall of Famer, I don't think, but I still think he can make a couple more Pro Bowls and do some good things if he's in the right offense, or one quarterback for a whole year, and all this other stuff to work in favor for him. So I still think he got a future, but the over criticism of him and trashing that the fan base usually does, I'm not with that. But I mean, everybody has a right to their opinion. But I hope that this video that you've seen can change some minds and get you to get a full perspective of Kyle Pitts, and then see some criticism that you didn't think of before and just make a judgment based on that. But I appreciate y'all for taking a look at it. Y'all have a good one. Peace.